Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. All right, I hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Things are quite interesting out there on the market. Most of the people that stream really early kind of missed out on this crazy move we had. So I figured I'd give it some justice. So I kind of wanted to talk about Ethereum because Ethereum is absolutely looking beautiful. We have been in red and yellow zones for quite a long time, and now we're pretty far deep into the green zone. We've got, I think we're on day 10. Let me just see. 9 days. So 9 days in the green zone. We will stay in the green zone unless we close below our 50, which is at 1630. So at 1813, we've got a bit of a buffer. And not only do we have a pretty nice buffer, but we also have a huge level of resistance that we have battled for seriously 6 months. Yeah, we have been battling this line for a long time. And it made us absolutely go sideways for about 2 months at the beginning of the year. And then we, of course, rejected pretty hard. And then this move here was the biggest one, where we came up, had a rough day because we made it up pretty high and still rejected off this line, and then came back down, found support on the 50, and then the rest was history. We've popped up really nice. So we have completely entered a new trading range. Our prior trading range was between 1500 and 1700. And our new trading range is this 1700 to 1850 range. So we've moved into a higher area, and there is nothing on this chart that shows any resistance between now and 2000. 2000 is the mark. We've been watching this for quite a while. Well, yesterday was pretty wild with the FOMC meeting. So let's take a look a little bit further under the hood. If we go to the 1 hour chart, you can really see it. So this is the 1 hour chart. Does this thing look a little bit, a little wild? Yeah, look at these volume spikes. So this was the FOMC meeting. The announcement happened here. Markets went crazy here, entered this yellow zone, huge volume candle, 170,000 Ethereum on Binance traded in 1 hour. And then we had the biggest productive high volume candle right here. But then we kind of stopped and we kind of leveled off. And then throughout the day, throughout the night really, we kind of had a consolidation right here, and then we popped up a little bit and we found support off of our first resistance, so we started ranging up in this area. Then we popped up into here and pulled around, and then without any warning, this really didn't have any warning. I looked for news, I looked for any event, and no, it's just people buying. It's just people buying because this market is a bull market. We're in a bull market. So this was bought up immediately. So if we look at 1 minute chart, this was it. So with almost no warning, yeah, in fact, I can kind of zoom out so you can see the whole thing. Here's the FOMC business. Yeah, pretty wild. Just lots of volatility, up and down, but eventually just really dropped. Then quieted down throughout the night as normal. And then this morning, when the trading session began in the United States, it just took a few minutes This is literally 15 minutes or half an hour, and we went from 1750 to 1850. That's a pretty big move for Ethereum. So what does that tell you, though? That tells you that these markets can move anywhere in a pretty short period of time. We talk about all of this support and resistance, but it's all emotional levels. These are all emotional levels. When it's time to move, they'll move. There's enough money out there that we can push these prices around pretty fast. It won't be until we're at some pretty heavy levels that it'll be harder to push these prices around. But yeah, so pretty amazing. It's pretty cool to see. Today we've kind of been, going sideways, pretty moving down a little bit. But this is actually okay. I don't mind seeing a slight dip down like this. What we don't want to see is us have a panic like an hour later and go straight back down to where we started. This is phenomenal. This is absolutely bullish. So I love the structure of this. So with Ethereum, the big battle. So this is zooming out to the weekly. The big battle was exiting this yellow zone, and we did it this last week. We now have 3 days and 3 hours on this candle, and every chart technician will tell you the same thing. And I'll pull up Bitcoin too, just so we've got both of them. This is Bitcoin on top. Ethereum is on bottom now. Look at both of these charts. There is something that every chart technician will tell you. When you break an important level, the candle that breaks it is the one that has to do all the work, but everyone looks for confirmation on the next candle. And our current candle is the confirmation candle. Every single technical analyst will tell you that if we can stay above the level that we broke on the next candle, that essentially the move is confirmed. So this was a big move, which is phenomenal. And now we're about ready to print a confirmation candle. We moved so violently down and then recovered so quickly. I don't think anyone's going to let this go very far, at least for a while. If we eventually do come down a little bit, we're going to have to go sideways for a while before we attempt it again. Right now, this signal today, this morning, essentially told the market that you're going to lose money if you go short on this thing right now. And it might be a timing thing, but I love the structure of this chart. We are absolutely showing such a perfect setup. So there are so many charts that are just saying, hey, this we've seen this before. This is the beginning of the bull market. This is the exit point. Well, people may be in a little bit of denial, and there's plenty of that out there. But anyone who has any knowledge of how charts work, this is an absolute. This candle, the one that we're working on that ends in 3 days, is the confirmation candle. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin have both done it this week. And if we get 3 more days where even the wicks don't even touch. So on Bitcoin, if the wick doesn't even reach down to the 200, which is at 25,500, and on Ethereum, if our wick doesn't even reach down to our about 1600, which is where our 50 is, there's no one that should be bearish on this market, unless they don't understand charts or they're in denial. So it is pretty incredible where we are. But yeah, that intraday move, so this is back to the 5-minute chart. Now I'm looking at Bitcoin. Move down, major move down, and then just they pulled it up with so much ease. Within 15 to 30 minutes, this price had just launched $1,000 in the green direction. So the natural response, we are oscillating a bit, but on our daily channel, on our daily chart, we're showing a lot of strength. I've seen other technical analysts charting this line here, showing that we've kind of broken above this line here and we're hitting support. This seems a little aggressive to me. It's not. I don't know if I fully agree with that, but I do see that we are We've definitely broken out, no question about it. We're hesitating for finding some kind of consolidation. Normally, you want to see a slight consolidation to the downside and then the next attempt. But with how quickly we recovered this, we're kind of sending quite a strong message out to the rest of the market. This definitely has a target of the 100. That's kind of where I'm watching. There is a line that we have resisted. I wasn't sure how significant it would be, and it was this bottom body here. So 28.6 has been resistance for 2 days in a row now, but we'll see. We like to just watch this day by day and see how it all plays out. As far as the rest of the market, we were hoping to see Bitcoin dominance come down, and earlier today we were negative. The daily chart doesn't really show it. For some reason, it doesn't really calculate the wicks very well. So if you go to the 4 hour, you can see how we pulled back quite a bit for a while, and it is slowly sloping down. 4 hour is the next time frame. So if we were to cross below the 50 on the 4 hour, at least it would give us kind of a start. But there's just Bitcoin dominance is just on a tear, man. It is flying. But if Bitcoin dominance will start leveling off or decreasing, we're really close to an alt season, because I've gone through all the alts with the pros, and the setups are unbelievable. Everything is showing a lot of strength, and they're just kind of pending breakout. It's just like everything needs permission. And I think it's waiting on this Bitcoin dominance to drop a little, and it's waiting for Ethereum to start turning around. The Bitcoin Ethereum chart is barely starting. Let me hide our volume. We're starting to turn the corner a little bit. There's no confirmation here, but if Ethereum starts strengthening against Bitcoin, that will really push alts over their little limits. I think let me see if I can find one good example. Something that you can kind of point to. I wonder if ADA, yeah, so ADA is one that's doing this. Do you see how this is so bullish? Exited a red zone a while ago. We definitely started showing weakness, especially when we entered the yellow zone. So we pulled back pretty strongly. And then we bounced pretty hard and created a level here. And this resistance level was an area that we struggled with multiple times in the past. And then we resisted and pulled back for a ways. And a lot of these charts are doing this, where we have this low, a violent move off of the low, and then even some of these that had a pretty rough return back downward, they never recaptured this low. Almost every alt is looking like this, and I love this setup. This is a bear trap. This is your bear move. This is your attempt by bulls, and then bears have a chance, but they don't have enough as much strength as they did before, and they weren't able to overcome this low. And now we're battling again with that same level. And once you break this level, and in Ada's case, we've come back and we're looking at finding support to confirm the top side of this breakout. Man, it's really ready to move to higher ranges. And I'm seeing this almost all the way across the board on all these alts. So looking at these, it really kind of informs you how close this market is to going. So all we need is a little push by Ethereum to move up to start the alt market moving. And if Bitcoin dominance would chill out a little bit, we knew our first level was around 17.5, and it sure has been a struggle point for this. But yeah, if we just had a day where we just, even a couple of weeks, right? Just a nice slow return off. Historically, when we go up this high, we usually retreat quite fast. So we just have to give the market enough time to respond. But I would definitely expect us, when we're moving up really vertically, there's a drop back really quick. Same here, same here, same here, and we're doing exactly the same thing. So this is pretty fast. So it should come back down, and the market should neutralize a bit, and that would mean Ethereum would outpace Bitcoin, which will pull alts along, and this market will really get hot. The only subtle thing that I'm seeing on Ethereum, because Bitcoin is sort of it's turning sideways, right? So I would rather this sloped down as we consolidate rather than sloped up to consolidate. So that is one issue. On the Ethereum chart, we do have longer wicks on top than on bottom. So that does show that there is resistance up here. Also, obviously, we're going absolutely sideways, quite volatilely, but there is some resistance here. I would just love to see this because there's no reason for this resistance beyond Bitcoin or emotions or something. But there's no price that's pushing us down. There's no trend pushing us down. There's no reason we can't reach 2,000. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I know that Bitcoin seems to be slowing down a little bit, and if we do get a pullback, it will bring Ethereum with it. But man, even one strong day, if we had Bitcoin pop above this line and hit 29,000 or something, Ethereum could easily hit 2,000. It'd be pretty wild. Okay, well, we're watching it every day. We're taking a look and seeing what we find. But yeah, very interesting stuff. All right, you guys, we will wrap it up here, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.